Ooh, what's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. Today is the day. Today's the day we get it started. The massive, awesome giveaway. So I went out and I spent a whole lot of money on this bag of gifts, right? And somebody is going to win it. Now, if you've seen my previous video on it, you've seen what is in here. I did a preview video of what's going in. And in that video, I didn't even know everything that was going to go in there yet. I still had some questions like, I have a knife in here, but I don't have a camp knife. And I thought, well, what kind of camp knife would I put in? And well, my decision was made up quickly when I realized if I'm going to put in a camp knife, it really has to be the dbad Campmaster. And so somebody is getting this beautiful piece. Not only that, but the designer was nice enough to sign it. You're welcome. So you have an autographed piece going through for a custom knife, right? So that's going to be in there, and I'll even throw in like the paperwork from KHHI, who made the knife, and all that jazz. So you'll have the literature and warranty information and all that. So once I had it all together, I realized something else needs to be done. The last time I did this, there was one winner for one thing, and that's it. But this is huge, man. This is a huge giveaway. It was basically to represent the milestone of 10,000 subs. The problem is, cruised right on past that, right? And then there was Scab over at Choir Boys Cutlery Outdoors. There had to be a giveaway for his 10,000 subs. And he cruised right past that, and I still haven't done that giveaway. The katana, however, that was donated from Joe from Steel Forged and Fire Sword and Knife. The katana did have a winner that went to a home, so that was one that already is gone. But with Scab, I was like, well, we got to do something cool, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And then old Frank donated some knives to the channel, and I thought, ooh, this would be a good chance for some giveaways. So on this giveaway, you not only get a chance to win the major giveaway, but I'm also doing two separate giveaways for some Kubi Sicarios. So you guys are going to be very, very happy to receive these. This is awesome. So you're going to have, there's multiple chances to win. Another thing that he donated to the channel was a scalpel knife, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it exactly, and then I realized when it comes to small game skinning, there's nothing better than this. Or even if you have big game skinning, do a belly rip and then take out your bigger knife to process. So I thought that would be a really good add-on to the bag. So this one's going in the bag along with the dbad Campmaster, and we'll go over what's in here, right? Now, I did a giveaway a while back that was fantastic, and it was something that just not everybody, anybody can just pick a name, but I wanted people to earn the giveaway, right? You had to earn the giveaway because this is coming out of my pocket. It's free for you. I got to pay for shipping for this thing. You know how much it's going to cost? Oh, and that's the thing. I hate to say it, normally on a regular giveaway, I don't care where you live. I don't care where in the world. I sent buoys all over the planet, actually. But because this thing is massive and there's a whole lot of stuff, let's get rid of this call coming in. Because this is a massive bag full of stuff, the cost to ship it anywhere outside of the continental states would be astronomical. Astro-freaking-nomical. So that's not happening. So if you win, if you want to win, you have to live somewhere within the main 48. If you do not live within the main 48 states, however, you have a friend who does, who would be more than willing to send it to you, please enter. Enter. I'll send it anywhere in the 48 states. So before we get into the actual contest, let's go over what's in the bag. You saw the Campmaster, you saw the scalpel knife. This bag, I went out and I bought this bag. This is a brand new, never used bag, and this bag is super good quality. I don't think I have the tag on it anymore, but it It was a pretty expensive bag. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I went all out on this thing. I figured if this is gonna be the 10,000 giveaway, and then I realized 10,000 shouldn't be the giveaway. The giveaway should be 100,000. But you guys supported me, and I support you. So that's the way it works. So I know in this pocket, let's see, there's something in here. Ah, yes. So in this pocket, all I had was a magnesium strip with a little ferro rod and a striker. So there is something in that pouch for you to get on too. Let's see, this pouch over here, there's plenty of pouches to go through, and I'm not sure if I put stuff in every single one of them, but we are about to find out together. So in this pouch, ah yes, I have a headlamp torch, and there is the headband for it, so you have a light, which is important for survival to have a light. So remember, this bag isn't just like a bug out bag. This is an ultimate survival bug out bag. If I took what's in this bag right now with that Campmaster and that little scalpel knife, and I left my house and I went walkabout, I went into the woods, I went somewhere, I just left out of civilization, whatever is in here, I can survive with. 100%, guaranteed. 100% I could survive with the contents of this bag. And if I can do it, you can do it. So, what's in this one right here? It is a red bag. I bought so much stuff, I don't even remember what it is. Is this an emergency blanket or something? It is. It's an emergency blanket. So, you have a reflective emergency blanket. Very, very good to have, especially if all of a sudden you're stuck in the rain and you're cold, or even if you just need to use it as like a secondary tarp or things like that, but you won't need to, and I'll show you why. So, let's get that all zipped up. This bag was sitting inside my closet and it got wrinkled. So everything's not lining up. All right, so let's push that together and we are good to go. So let's see. There's another pouch over here. Let's check this one. Also, it is a widening bag. It can telescope. Basically, it comes out, so you can throw as much gear as you want here. You can throw clothing in there, do whatever. You can put your pistola. In this one, I don't think there might be anything in this little pouch. Okay, so that pouch has nothing in it for now. You can put whatever you want in it. Whatever you want. Whoever wins this bag, you're going to be pretty happy. This is a serious giveaway bag. All right, so let's see. In this front pouch, the small front pouch, I know I got some stuff in here, and I do. Ooh, that's right. I forgot I put one of these in here. This is the titanium toothpick, the tie pick. These are, you wouldn't guess how much these cost. But this is an awesome thing to have. I keep one on my keychain. Oh, my keys are in there. But there's literally one right now on my keychain 100% of the time. It comes in so freaking handy. Eating popcorn, doing whatever. Having a toothpick, and that little titanium toothpick, that's the real deal, man. It's the best out there. All right, so now we have, I believe I got this at Eddie Bauer, I think, or Dick's, one of the two. But you have a carabiner with a full fork, knife, and spoon set. And for the small blade, I went K-bar. And threw in a Trapper Hunter. This thing will get the job done. Which one is this? I think this is the D2 model. It's the better model of the ones they make. This is a great knife. So really, really great knife. So you're getting a K-bar, right? It only gets better from there. You're getting that. You know, I'm going to actually stick this guy, your scalpel knife, right in there with it. It's going right in that same pocket. So now, scalpel knife is in there. Now let's go to the secondary front pocket. The big front pocket. Oh, we got cordage. That's right. So I forgot everything that's in here. So you're going to have some TA 550, and you're going to have a first aid kit. And the first aid kit is actually loaded. It's a good first aid kit. Also, I threw in an extra compass, so you have a compass. Let's see, anything else in there? I don't know. I think everything else is in the main pouch. In the main pouch. That little first aid kit is awesome. So, cordage. Literally, I mean, you have everything you need. All right, so let's zip that part up right there. And now let's get into the big part of the bag, the main part of the bag. Hopefully everything didn't fall out because it was unzipped a little. All right, so it looks like everything's still in there. In here, I have in this little pouch right here, fishing hooks. And I think I have the kind with the line on them, like the short line already attached. So you can just finish the attachment. Yeah, so you'll see they are eagle claws with line. So you have fishing hooks so you can fish. And I'll tell you what, if you're surviving, don't front, man. Fishing hooks are crazy, crazy important. What is this big guy right here? I don't know. I think this is a what do you call it? Poncho. I think this is a poncho. So you have something to stay dry. So that's why you don't need the electric blanket to stay dry. You can use the the heated blanket to stay dry. You can use the heated blanket to stay heated. Also in this big old thing right here, we have a big tarp. A good sized tarp. Also in this bag right here, you have a life straw. I went and got you a life straw. If you've never seen a life straw, if you've never read up on a life straw, look these up. These are amazing tools for survival right here. Also in this bag, there's something else in here. And this is the big part of this one, man. This is the big part of this one. Now, a lot of the stuff, I was going to do individual little tiny stuff, but that first aid kit, like cotton, stuff like that to light fires with, it's right there and there. So you have that in there. So you have your Camp Master, your autographed Camp Master. That's going in there. And the very last thing I'm pulling out of this bag is something that you don't usually see in these survival bags when people make go bags and they give them away. I'm giving you an entire telescopic fishing pole. It's already lined. You got your line on there. This thing is a sweet fishing pole. It is compact. It goes in your bag. You could take this thing anywhere and everywhere. If there's anything I'm missing, I don't know what I would have forgotten here. But literally, if your survival bag, the only thing you might want, throw a pistol, air gun, whatever, that could be the thing you add to this along with some dry socks and whatnot. But since I don't know who's getting it, I wasn't going to buy you a bunch of socks. So this bag is literally, you can fish, you can eat, you can put all your stuff together. Everything that you need to survive is in this bag, right? So you are, I put that in the wrong one. You're getting a full bag, and I think that whoever gets it is going to be very happy. I mean, you have the ability to stay dry, you have the ability to stay warm, you have the ability to make shelter, you have the ability to fish, you have the ability to make fire, you have the ability to clean or take care of your cuts, you have the ability to cut, to skin, to process, to take up firewood, all inside this little bag. And you have a really nice backpack. Really, really nice backpack. So, how do you win? How do you win? That's easy. I did this before, and it turned out really, really good. I did this kind of giveaway for an autographed Derek Pontier drum cymbal, and Zach Stork won it. The amazing, brilliant Zach Stork. So, you have 3 giveaways. I'm going to give away 2 of these. So these are going to be compensation gifts in the name of Scabber. And the main win, obviously, is the bag. How do you win? Okay, here's the deal, and this is very, very serious. Everybody who puts a comment down here, first of all, you got to be subscribed. Got to be subscribed, right? It helps if you have the notifications turned on and hit a little like button. Those are always good too. But here's the deal. You're subscribed, and you can leave 1 comment, just 1, and the comment can only have 1 answer, 1 choice. That's it. If I go through and I see multiple comments, even if let's say you guessed the answer, but then you made a second comment and it didn't even have anything to do with this. No, only 1. This is a big giveaway, so people have to be on their nut. You got to be ready up top. You make 1 comment, and the comment is just which answer you think is correct. What answer, dbad? I have 10 stories. 10 stories. 9 of them are true without exaggeration. They are completely 100% honest to God stories, real life stories that happened with me. One of these stories is completely false, right? I'm not going to tell you which one's false. That's your job. So what you do is you listen to these stories, and then you write down in the comments which story you think is the fake one. You just have to write down the fake one. So you can put it in a very easiest way. Is there's going to be, I'll even give you like code words that you can use as the fake one. But you pick out the fake one. If your answer has multiples, or if you say, oh, I was going to think of this, but then I was thinking of this. No, just the only way you win is if you make one response and just the answer. I don't want to see a paragraph. I want to see just the answer because I have to go through all this. So here's the deal. I'm going to tell you these little stories. Here's the deal. You already know the deal. And the first giveaway, the first winner is going to get that. And the winner is going to come from all the people who get the right answer. You guys are going to be going into the automated spin name thing, and it's going to pick your names. All you got to do is get the right answer. Everybody with the wrong answer, you don't have a chance. If we don't have 3 people who got the right answer out of these, then I will do the rest in just a spin-off. But I'm assuming we'll have at least 3 people. Last time we had 2 people. I flipped a coin. That was it. 2 people got the right answer. I flipped a coin, and that's how Zach won. All right, so the first one. Fart at graduation. When I graduated high school, we had over 500 people. It was like 530-something graduates, right? I had gas, man. I had gas. I know this is one of those stories where you don't want to tell people because it's embarrassing, but I don't care. It's funny. 530-something people, and everybody was in one room waiting to go into another room, and I just couldn't not let go. I let go, man. I let go. It was silent, but it didn't take long. I was standing with my best friend. We were standing in one place, right? And we were in the corner. So 530-something people this way, and we were in the dead corner all the way at the end, right? I let out this toot, man. And every single person in a room, from the person sitting next to us to the person all the way in the far corner, everybody at once went, oh my God, what is that? I mean, it was bad. And we could have just, oh my God, it too, and got the hell out of there, and nobody would have ever known who it was. But it was so funny, and he knew, I think he heard it come out, but he knew it was me. And we sat there with tears in our eyes, laughing so hard. The doors opened. Every single person, except me and him, were in that room. Everybody left. We cleared, well, I cleared graduation with a single fart. That's true. I'm going to say every one of them is true because, that's my job here. So I used to work for the Department of Mental Retardation, right? And then I worked for another place after that. And I went to a house where they called it the violent house. Me, I'm a big guy and this and that. And they figured this guy will be good and something like that, which is crazy because before that I went from a non-ambulatory house where they lived in wheelchairs pretty much the entire time. They never got out of a chair. Oh, hold on a second. I got to check my food. You guys almost heard a story about the time I burned my pork. All right, so it's a different story. So I worked for the Department of Mental Retardation, right? And they sent me to this violent house where the people are generally more aggressive. So we get a new guy come in, and we have this one room that was like a padded room, like a full padded room like you see in the movies. And whenever somebody was out of control, it was like their timeout room. We'd put them in there and let them cool down, and they can't hurt themselves because they can bounce off the walls all they want, and it wouldn't matter. So we get this guy come in, and people are scared of him because of the horror stories from his last place. He was very, very violent. He busted some people up. And there's a term, retard strength. Don't use that term. But there's a term that's that, and what it means is guys with like Down syndrome, those big stocky guys, they don't know their own strength. They're really strong a lot of times, and this is one of those guys. So we're in there, and he's new to the house, so I guess he wanted to feel us out, and I'm working the overnight. So out of nowhere, he just decides he's gonna come at me, man. He's going off, and this guy, he's just throwing like haymakers like this. And I'm giggling my ass off while I'm doing this, and I'm backing up through the living room into the den, and then around the corner is the padded room, and I swatting his hands. And I'm going, you all right there, buddy? You almost done there, buddy? You almost done? You okay? All right, you almost done? I just keep swatting his hands. And by the time it took us to get to the room, he was so he was so done. I went, "You want to go in there now and hang out?" He walks inside, he puts his head down, he sits down on the floor, got him out of there when he was done, and never had a problem with him again. It was like he needed to know that he can't be the alpha in the house. He found out real quick. He never swung at anybody again in an entire house. True story. So, my best golf game. I am not a good golfer. I'm not a good golfer, but I love to golf. Maybe it's because I suck, so I think it's more fun, right? Anybody can get out there and hit them straight. I could wing them all over the place. So, somebody challenged me to go out with just 2 clubs, play a game with 2 clubs. So, I went to a full 18-hole course, and I played a round with nothing but a 9-iron and a putter. The best score I ever had previous to this game was a 98. I'm real good. But this day with nothing but a 9-iron and a putter, I hit a 92. Still to this day, that's the best score I ever hit golfing. 2 clubs. True story. So, we almost lost it here. All right, so we have this park out here. It's called Forest Park, right? It's a big park. And in this park, there is like a water, kind of like a waterfall, but it's a sloped piece of stone, right? It's just stone, big wide thing. Then the water comes down and trickles down. When I was younger, I was out there with a bunch of guys, and we used to go into the water, and we'd start at the top and we'd slide down. And in some parts, there was like, it's mossy under the water. It got real slick, real slippery. And some guys would sit on tackle boxes and go down. We had this one guy go down on a like a bicycle. Like he went down and balanced on a bicycle. And I was going down doing all kinds of stuff, and I used to stand up on my feet and like surf down this waterfall. And so one day I was doing it, and I was going backwards on my feet, standing up, like looking over, and I hit this mossy part while I was going backwards like this. Feet kicked out, and I landed square on my chin. Rang my bell a little bit. Didn't think anything of it because I'm young and made of rubber. And I get back up to the top, and I get ready to go back down. I put my hands up like, yeah, I'm getting ready to go. And somebody goes, "What'd you do to your chest?" And I'm like, I look down, and there's blood everywhere. Just all. So I'm checking my chest, and there's no blood. See a scar right here, right there. That's from Forest Park, going backwards down the rock slide. True story. All right, so my career, 17 years in the pro minor league footballs. I played some semi-pro, went to pro minor league after that. We graduated. I was a tight end. I was also a holder, a kicker, a punter, and I would play right tackle a lot, sometimes center. I know you look at my size, you wouldn't think so, but I could long snap, or not long snap, but shotgun snap. So my entire career, 17 years, I played tight end a bunch. My very first ever game, my very first ever reception, as a matter of fact, throw to me was a catch for a touchdown, 55 yards. I had one game where I was 7 for 7. I think it was 135 yards. Didn't even score. No touchdown in that game. My only touchdown in my entire career was the first one I got. But here's the deal. I never had a single drop ever in 17 years in football. Never had a drop. These hands were made for catching balls. So that's a true story. 100%. All right. So went to this little beach in Boston, right? You got I don't know if you've ever been to Boston, but there's the Boston Harbor, where the Boston Tea Party happened, and they have the Mayflower 2 sitting there and all kinds of stuff. And then over to the right, there's a little beach. And I went snorkeling, and I found a handgun in the water. It was a little 38. And when I found it in the water, I was kind of just moving sand around, found this little 38, pulled it out, and I would love to tell you this really cool story about how I ended up solving a murder with this thing, because I turned it into the police, and they were able to trace it down and blah blah. But that never happened. All I did is I took it and I flagged down a cop that was going by, and I gave it to him. It was all rusted and crappy, but I found a 38 while swimming at the beach in Boston. Crazy, true story. So then, here we go. I made a lot of money as a personal trainer. That's what I did. My life was in the gym, right? And I had some guys come in, a couple of WWF, WWE legends. One of them, Bob Backlund. One of them, Frank Palumbo, from the Full Blooded Italians, right? They come in together to work out And you know, they get there, and it's Connecticut, right? I was in Connecticut, and that's where WWF or WWE headquarters is. So, you know, they come by every now and then. You'd see somebody coming through, and I got to take Bob Backlund and Frank down in the basement of this gym, and I got to teach Bob Backlund a couple really cool exercises that he really loved. And this guy was the ultimate, like, he was like the fitness guy, right? He was the one that brought the wheel. As a matter of fact, I have one right here. Brought the wheel in the center of the ring and did his wheel stands. So I actually got to, I wouldn't say train, but I got to give Bob frickin' Backlund and Frank Palumbo some exercises in the gym that they didn't ever seen before. True story. So these next two are going to be at the same location, right? Two different stories, same location. The first one, I'm walking down the beach one day, Hampton Beach, New Hampshire, just chilling, right? I'm living there, and it was really, really windy. And as I'm cruising down the beach, a beach umbrella blows out of its post and starts flying down the beach. My back is to this umbrella. No, the umbrella is coming at me. And I don't know if you guys know, I have these beach umbrellas. They have the pole, the big umbrella, and then there's a spike. It's like a 6-inch spike that comes out of the top of the umbrella. It comes to a point. If it hits you, like somebody just recently, I think in Florida, somebody recently died from the same thing. This thing comes by, and as I'm walking, there's some little children here, and this umbrella comes flying, and I see it. No, it was from behind me. And I could hear like people say, "Oh, umbrella." And I turned, and just as I turned, I caught it at the corner of my eye. The umbrella was passing me. And I dropped down into the splits, boop, in the sand. And I was playing volleyball, a lot of beach volleyball at the time. I dropped into the splits, and I reached this way and caught it. Caught the stem of the umbrella. The spike stopped about 2 inches from a little kid's head. This little boy, I can't remember what he looks like. Little boy, but that's all I remember. And that thing stopped right there, and I paused. And I made it real cool. Inside, I'm going, holy crap, I just caught it. Inside, I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. His mother was so appreciative. True story. So then, walking down with my buddy, and we find this jellyfish. The top of the jellyfish was as big as a trash can lid. I mean, it was just huge freaking jellyfish. Tentacles freaking 9 feet long. It was insane. And we see this thing washed up on the beach, and we're like, oh crap. And we get over there, and we're like, what are we going to do? We got to get this thing back in the water. So we're trying to get this thing. We're digging little trenches, and we had some bottles of soda. I had a Coke. Emptied out my Coke and filled it with water, and I was pouring it on the jellyfish. He was real close to the tide. And the problem is every time the tide released, his tentacles would get deeper and deeper into the sand. You know how that works. So this lifeguard comes over, and I say, hey, man, can you help us? Can you get us something? And he's like, yeah, hold on. Let me go right away. So a guy comes on a little buggy, and he comes out with a trash bag and a shovel. And I'm like, what are you doing? He says, well, put it in the trash bag. We'll get rid of it. And I'm like, dude, this guy just came here. This is his house. I said, if you were out there in the middle of the ocean, I literally told him this. So if you were out in the middle of the ocean and you got cramps and you started to drown, you'd be happy as hell if some dolphin picked your ass up and brought you back. I said, so we're going to get this guy back into the ocean. Kept digging trenches, pulling out the tentacles by hand. And I'm just getting stung. My buddy's getting stung. And then I took the shovel that the guy has, and I put it down once I freed a guy, and I began pushing the jellyfish with the shovel with my feet, like my feet against the shovel, and I'm pushing it. So the tentacles now are wrapping around me. They're all around my legs. I got scars on my shins from where my legs were bleeding, and nobody peed on me. I think that's a myth. So finally got the jellyfish back into the water and saved it. True story. So I had this buddy, Jason, back in junior high. Last story, I promise. Back in junior high. And I used to mess with him all the time, man. I messed with him all the time. All the way, and then up until high school, whenever I'd seen him, I'd mess with him. And not because I was a bully, but I messed with people. If I liked you, I'm going to mess with you. That's just who I am. So, but I wouldn't let anybody else mess with him. No. You're not allowed to mess with. It's like they say bullies don't like sloppy seconds. Even though I wasn't a bully, I just liked picking on him because he was goofy and he didn't mind. He really did. He was like the nicest kid. So one day I'm walking down the street and I see this guy, Jason, getting jumped. 3 guys, right? And they're jumping him. They got him pressed against his building, and I just come out of nowhere and I throw this kick. Bah! Hit one. Bah! Hit another guy. Another guy goes tearing across the street. Jason looks up at me and he realizes it's me, and he goes, "Why'd you save me?" Like, he expected like me to just jump in and help these guys. And I'm like, "Look, man, I can mess with you, but nobody else can." And to this day, if I talk to Jason, he'll still bring that story up. All right, so true story. One of those stories is not real. One of those stories is completely fake. The other stories, every single one, everything I told you about the stories to the last detail is 100% true. Without exaggeration, 100% true. You need to pick which one's the fake story and write it down. So the fart at graduation, you could just write fart at graduation. When I worked for the Department of Retardation, you could put violent house. Best golf game. Chin bleed. I don't care how you word it. It just has to, I have to know what it is. No football drops. Swimming gun or Boston gun. You could put WWE, WWF guys. You could put umbrella catch. You could put the jellyfish, or you could put saving Jason. I don't care. Whatever you do, just put it so I know which one exactly you're talking about. Because if there's any confusion, if you don't word it right, I'm not going to know. You can't win. I'm going to take everyone who guessed the right answer and put them in one thing, and then we're going to make the winner out of the winners. Then we're going to add the other winners. So there's going to be 3 winners in this. I just held up 2 fingers. There's going to be 3 winners in this one contest. Hopefully it's you, or you. Not so much you. But that's it. Good luck to everybody. I'm excited about this giveaway. You're getting some really cool stuff. I am down to be all day. Good luck.